Hi, this is Kenn Renner again with Power Goals, and we're on to Chapter 6, or Step 6 of the goal setting process, which is time. We all run our lives by deadlines and time frames. So I want to talk about goals because oftentimes we are run by deadlines that are not our own. But when you start setting goals and working towards plans to achieve them, you have to start setting deadlines for their achievement, or other things will crowd them out. So let's talk about putting deadlines to your goals. Now, does April 15th ring a bell? Of course it does. It's a deadline. You've got to get your taxes in by that time. Have you ever crammed late for a test, a final exam, because the deadline for that exam was the next day? I did. One thing about deadlines is they are goal and activity motivators. How much things do you get done a couple days before you leave on a 2 or 3 week vacation? Lots. Could you imagine what would happen if we ran our lives like we were going on vacation for the next 3 weeks? A lot of things could get done in just a short period of time. We have to. The plane takes off at that deadline. And next, almost as important as setting a deadline, is setting a start date. One of the problems with resolutions is we don't actually set a start date. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do that, but we really don't have any plans to get started at a particular date. There's something very powerful about setting a start date with an end date in mind. Now, what happens if you set a start date, get started, and you don't make your deadline? Simple. You set another deadline, but you never quit, you never stop. Being able to move your deadline back is not an excuse for procrastination. I remember talking to my publisher, and he said to me one time, "A half-written book is no book at all." So that got me really motivated to meet my new deadline. So, set a deadline, set a starting point, and get moving. I'll see you at the top.